Hey guys, welcome back. So, let me tell you something that a lot of men don't realize. When it comes to attraction, attraction is not just about the way you look. It's not just about your money. It's not just about your status or even your physique. There are men who are probably not even that attractive on paper. But when it comes to women, women are naturally attracted to them. And that's because they understand certain behaviors that make women feel something. And the second you understand this, you'll stop trying to impress women and you're naturally going to start attracting them. Now, when we talk about attraction, a lot of men tend to focus on the obvious things, right? They tend to focus on looks, they tend to focus on money, status. And a lot of men have this idea that all they need to do is just have money and women will be falling at their feet. In a handful of cases, that may be true. But the type of women that you're going to attract are women who just want you for your money. You're not really going to attract women who are quality minded, women who truly are seeking something real and long term. Because women who are seeking something real and long term, they focus not just on the money, but the character, the attitude, the personality, who the person is at heart, not just his financial status. His financial status and his ability to, contribute and support financially is just an add-on, is just extra, especially when it comes to women who have their own things going on, women who are already financially stable. So when it comes to money, status, all those things, yes, those things can absolutely help. But what actually creates attraction on a deeper level is typically how a man makes a woman feel when, she's in his presence. So does she feel safe? Does she feel considered? Does she feel like she can relax? Also, does she feel inspired? These are the things that create real attraction. So let's just get into the things that men do that can instantly make them more attractive. Number one is that this man knows how to give direction without imposing. One of the most attractive qualities in a man is his ability to lead without it feeling controlling. So there's a difference between a guy saying, we're doing this, as opposed to him saying, hey, I think we can do this. What do you think? So one feels forceful, but the other one feels considerate. So a man that knows how to give direction creates a sense of ease. So he can plan, he can make decisions, he can take initiative, but he still leaves room for her to feel included. And this is something that a lot of men get wrong. So some men either become too passive, so they expect the woman to be the one to decide everything. Or on the flip side, they become too controlling and they don't consider her input. So that attractive balance is usually somewhere in the middle. So the man knows how to lead and step in when the situation allows it. But he also considers the woman. He also considers the woman's ideas and her, contributions. Next is he knows how to treat her like a lady. This one is so simple, but it's so misunderstood. Treating a woman like a lady isn't about putting her on this perpetual pedestal. It's simply about respect. And unfortunately, we live in a generation and in a society where a lot of men don't really respect women. Men like women for what women can do for them. So most men like women, but only for what women do for them. So attention, validation, intimacy, and even comfort. But they don't like women. They don't respect women. They don't see women as their equal. And women can feel that. A man who is truly attractive is a man who recognizes that women are not beneath him and they're not above him either. They are beside him. So the way that he treats her will reflect that. So he's considerate, he's respectful, he pays attention, not because he's trying to impress her, but because that's the kind of guy he is. Number three, he knows how to control his temper. This one is big in my book because the way and how you treat people around you is a direct reflection of how eventually you're going to treat her. So if you're short-tempered, if you snap easily, if you're rude to waiters, drivers, strangers, she notices that. And even if she doesn't say anything immediately, it registers because she's probably thinking, well, if he gets this way with strangers, then how is he going to be with me? So emotional control is very attractive. And not because you never get angry, but because you know how to handle it. You don't explode, you don't lash out, you don't create unnecessary tension. So you stay grounded, and that creates a sense of safety. So this is where emotional intelligence comes in. A man who's attractive is not just focused on himself. He pays attention, he notices things, he considers her needs without her having to constantly explain them. And no, this does not mean that you become a people pleaser. It simply means you're aware, you listen, and you adjust when necessary. A lot of men head out with this mindset of, I'm just doing my thing and she needs to adapt. And listen, relationships do not work like that. There needs to be consideration on both sides. And when a woman feels like she is considered, she's more relaxed. She feels seen, and that is what creates that connection. And lastly, he knows how to invite her into his life. Now, this one to me is very important. An attractive man doesn't try to be her entire world. And he doesn't expect her to become his. He already has a life. He already has interests. He has routines. He has direction. And instead of him dropping everything for her, he introduces her to the things that he enjoys. And at the same time, he encourages her to have her own passions and her own goals and her own dreams, and supports her through them, because the relationship becomes more interesting when both people are growing. This is something that I have personally experienced because my ex was the person who introduced me into fitness. He's the one that took me to the gym one day because that was his favorite activity. And fast forward 9 years later, I'm sitting here with millions of followers and a career in the fitness industry. So his passion became my passion, and it happened naturally. This wasn't forceful. I fell in love with fitness. So sometimes the way you lead someone into your world can have a lasting impact in that person's life. So when you really break it down, attraction is not just about what you have. It's about how you move, how you treat people, and importantly, how you make someone feel when they are around you. Because when women are not just looking at, your physical appearance, they're reading your behavior. They're also reading your energy, your presence. And when a man fully understands and grasps these things, then he doesn't need to try so hard because attraction will happen naturally. So yeah, that is it for the video. Let me know your thoughts down below in my comments, and I will see you guys in my next one.